So can I use my fun foods as a cheat meal? And what does that look like when I go to a restaurant? How do I accurately track, meals that I have at a restaurant? Okay, it's a good question. So first and foremost, when we create your meal plan, 90% of your prep will be filled with a fun food allowance, where 15 to 20% of your total daily and weekly calories gets allocated towards an allowance that you can spend on whatever you want. You can spend those calories on more whole foods, okay, and just have bigger volume of foods, or you can have it on fruit, or you can have chocolate, or you can have some wine, or you can indulge in pretty much whatever you want for that allocated amount of calories on a daily and a weekly basis. You can choose to use it on a daily basis, you can choose to use it multiple days a week, or you can save it up and use it as a cheat meal, a refeed meal over the weekend. So yes, your fun food allowance is what you save up essentially, okay? It's all falls within your daily calorie target. So don't overeat and have your fun food over and above your total daily calorie target. It's within that, okay? So if you're gonna have a cheat meal, essentially a refeed meal over the weekend or whenever, you are going to save those calories or some of those calories, add them up and then spend that on a cheat meal, on a refeed meal. Yes, correct. So then how do you now accurately track when you go to a restaurant? Now this is tricky. This is why it's always better, safer, gonna be more accurate when you know the ingredients that goes into your meal, when you can have something as clean as possible when it comes to ingredients, when you can literally okay, I'm gonna have a burger, but I'm not gonna have like a crazy Rocket Mama burger with 20 million toppings. I'm going to have a nice burger from a steakhouse. I know obviously the grammage of the patty. I know it's a bun. I know it's lettuce and tomato and maybe obviously a tablespoon or two of, sauce. I know it's obviously going to be maybe cooked in oil. It's going to come with a side, obviously of, chips or whatever. And you can pretty much pinpoint, the ingredients, and you can track that in your Fat Secret or MyFitnessPal, okay? Ideally, you want to pre-plan what you're going to eat at a restaurant. Try and dissect the menu and kind of see what the ingredients are and see if you can track that first and foremost in the beginning of your day in your Fat Secret, so that then the rest of the calories that you have remaining, you can plan for the rest of the day. Last thing you want to do is eat too many calories obviously on that specific day, and then don't really have allowance for your refeed or cheat meal, and then you go and have that cheat meal and then you spill over on your daily weekly calories and you've kind of hindered your journey. So you always want to plan ahead and only use calories that you have allocated towards that refeed or that cheat meal if you're going to incorporate that into your weekly plan. But best thing is to try and select foods that you can, individually choose the ingredients, that you can identify the ingredients and track that in your food tracker. It becomes complicated and there is no real way to track it when it is extravagant dishes with all of these different, ingredients that it's impossible to know, what's in it. And that's when you now have to guesstimate, and your best chance is to now pick a number and just assume and hope for the best. You don't really have full control there. But if you go for sushi and you're having, let's say for example, fashion sandwiches, you're having California rolls, you're having sashimi, you may be having salmon roses and taking the mayo off, you can control, obviously pretty much what that is, because, the individual ingredients is pretty simple to identify. When you go for a basic pizza, generally you can see what the toppings are and you can get it just, generally from the restaurant, what those calories are, and then you can make provision for it. If you have a burger, same thing. Best obviously option is to make homemade, cheat meals, so that you can go purchase the ingredients, then create your own, delicious, and selective cheat meal, and you can make your homemade burgers with your air fried sweet potato chips. You can make homemade pizzas. You can do things that you enjoy, but then you can rest assured that you know exactly what the ingredients are, exactly the calories attached to the portion sizes, and you can very accurately track those. When you go to the restaurant, you always unfortunately have that risk. If it doesn't give you the calorie count and it isn't, just plain and easy ingredients that you can see and track individually, you're going to just guess, and that's going to put you at a position where you potentially can hinder your journey and your progress because you don't really know the real numbers. All right, hope that helped. Let me know if you have any other questions. Chat to you guys soon. God bless.